Good morning. Brr. It's cold here. Oh, that's nice. I just got up just a little bit ago. But let's do a garden update and see how things are looking. Yeah, I don't think the potatoes are going to do much. I think I learned my lesson that you need to, I believe it's called chit your potatoes before you plant them. I had read that you don't necessarily have to do that you can just plant. And yeah, I think that's bullshit. So I don't think we're going to end up with a winter crop of potatoes. I'm just going to leave them, and then in the spring we'll start over. The squirrels are having fun digging in them. Cucumbers are slowing down. There's a few, but it's starting to get pretty chilly. So I don't expect much. I'm really hoping that these guys are going to grow, but I don't have a lot of hope. Look, there's just a little tiny baby. Okay, come on, there we go. Oh, there's a little tiny baby one. I don't think that one's gonna work either. Next year, I'm gonna sprout them indoors so they're a good size before I plant them outside in like June. Now the beans, on the other hand, this is nasturtium, so but the beans look amazing, and I'm pretty excited that I think that at least the beans will do well. That's another nasturtium. I had to pull it over to the side. I didn't realize that those things crawl, and it was all the way out here over the top of my beets. So I was like, absolutely not. I want to pickle beets. We've been feeding the squirrels a lot, so I haven't had as much destruction in my beds. You can see a few little holes. I do have something nibbling on things, and I don't know if that's slugs. We put up the copper tape, but I think I'm going to need to fill the slug traps and see if that's slugs. Or, I don't know, could it be earwigs? I know other people said that roly-polies will do that, potato bugs. So we'll see. I mean, the holes in the leaves are not horrible. I had them grow last time, so we'll see. And my cabbage, all right, don't choke out my cabbage here. I've got 3 that are doing pretty well. That one is trying. Those are weeds. I need to pull them. I have continued to hack and slice on my tomatoes. I pulled out the grape tomato, cherry tomato, aka beefsteak that wasn't a beefsteak, and one of my Cherokee purples because they, pretty much weren't producing anymore. And I need to get all of the tomatoes off of here and get this bed prepped before October 31st when I plant my garlic. This entire bed is going to be garlic. Evidence of the tomato plant murder. We took the covers off of these beds. We added those support beams because the hoops were falling over. Took the covers off because things were sprouting. Have had still a little bit of digging over here. So on this side, like I said before, is broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I don't know what's going to happen over there, and I'm just going to deal with it as it comes. This side is all carrots, and that was the most important thing to me because I wanted to have a winter crop of carrots. So that's all looking pretty good. Once they get to be about, I don't know, 3 inches tall or whatever, I'll probably come out here and thin them out a bit. But right now, they're growing, and I'm happy. Over here, we have a mix of things, and then with the squirrels digging and me reseeding and not labeling anything, I don't know what's what. So it's going to be a game for us when it gets bigger for us all to decide what it is. But over here, I did direct seed some onion. That looks like an onion coming up there. So we'll see what happens over here. I have some lettuce, I have some spinach, I have some herbs, dill, and this all right here should be cilantro. And then along this line, this should be, yeah, that's collard green right there. It's a little teeny collard green leaf. So it looks like the collard greens made it through. I was really worried. This is a lot of weeds up here. But I was worried with the squirrels digging that none of my collards would make it. So I'm excited about that. This is my peas. It looks like I only have a couple plants. Something's really eaten. I think that's earwigs. I believe that when I looked it up, that's what leaves look like when earwigs go to town on them. I don't think that one's gonna make it. So out of this whole entire row, I got 2 that made it. So next year we'll have to work on something different. I cut back the tomatillos quite a bit too. I have quite a lot of tomatillos. I know I have 1 gallon bag full in the freezer and several inside, and then I've been pulling my tomatoes at first blush, so I need to come out and pull all of these. I probably have a bushel of tomatoes already that are frozen. As soon as I get everything harvested, then I'll start canning. I also need to do something with this basil so that it gets used up. Of course, we'll probably just make pesto. I cut back the tomatillos quite a bit too. I have quite a lot of tomatillos. I know I have 1 gallon bag full in the freezer and several inside, and then I've been pulling my tomatoes at first blush, so I need to come out and pull all of these. I probably have a bushel of tomatoes already that are frozen. As soon as I get everything harvested, then I'll start canning. I also need to do something with this basil so that it gets used up. Of course, we'll probably just make pesto. Now out to the back deck, and I'll show you what's going on out here. Pardon the mini fridge. I think it died. We're gonna plug it back in and see now that we defrosted it, but pretty sure that it died, so pardon that. You know, still got to figure out what I'm going to do with those herbs, tarragon, thyme, and rosemary. I know the thyme and rosemary will overwinter. I don't know if I'm going to separate those into separate pots before or after winter. Tarragon, I don't know. I doubt that's going to make it through because that's a pretty tender herb. So I don't know if I'm going to try to keep part of it indoors or if I'm just going to let it go and replant in the spring. I need to dry some of my sage and oregano. Same with the Thai basil. I'm not sure. I have to look into what I'm going to do with that. Lemon balm, still need to harvest them so I can dry it. Blueberries obviously will overwinter, but they've grown a lot. I'm very excited about the amount of growth that we had this year. Last year, they didn't do much at all. Pedro looks amazing. I have pulled quite a few tomatoes off of him. Where's my, oh, is that my little spider friend in there? That's Spinderella. So we've been trying not to mess up her web as we pull tomatoes off of Pedro, but again, if you look back at the poor little broken stem that he was, oh look, the pumpkin is trying to take over on the tomato. Like, oh, be nice to Pedro, jeez. And the squash, it looks like I do have some of that oh, I just lost the word for it. What's it called? The mildew or whatever that we've got going on here. I don't know if that's from overwatering. I know I was watching a video that said that's really common. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. But you know, we have a lot of pumpkins growing. See there. And then I believe those are delicata. So I've got quite a few delicata that are coming up, which makes me happy. That butternut that we haven't pollinated, yeah, he didn't make it. I didn't think he was gonna. And I don't really see any other butternut, so I don't know. I'm thinking next year I'm gonna try to clear out down there and plant a squash down there to see if it works better. I just think these buckets are just holding too much moisture, and also I didn't replace all the soil in them, so I just don't think they have the right nutrients. But I mean, all in all, look, there's a little delicata. All in all, not bad. Still a learning experience. Okay, y'all, that's it for today. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you later.